Hello, loves. It has been a minute. It's actually been over a month probably since I've done a Facebook Live. And I'm just out walking Suki, and it's breezy and blustery before it storms, and I felt inspired to pop on and say hello in the middle of the afternoon. Hey Brandon, how are you, sweetie? Long time no talk. So I have, for those of you who have been paying attention, I appreciate all of your love and warm wishes and sweet thoughts and messages as I grieve my sweet dad who passed away on the 31st of January, 2 weeks shy of his 94th birthday, having lived, in his words, hey David, a beautiful, miraculous, marvelous life beyond his wildest dreams. And I have shared pretty openly, though not on a Facebook Live, my grief journey and what that's been like, and am super grateful for all of the wisdom that I've amassed over the years, and super grateful for my incredible soul family and tribe who all but gave me emotional CPR when there were moments that just felt unbearably painful for me and my sons, and really people all over the world. No exaggeration. I have soul family in France and in Australia and Mexico and all over the United States and Canada. And it's interesting because my dad, who was a much more conventional businessman, also had incredibly close friends, decades and decades, people that he knew, before I was born, that were friends with him, that we heard from after he passed away. And it's interesting how the spectrum of time changes. Hey Arlene. As we take a step back, and it's lovely for me to recognize how his example of that international way of being, and to have really, really close, significant relationships with people from all over the world. And I'm super grateful for that and for those people in my life who have loved on me and allowed me to love on them. This is Austin life right here, you guys. These two guys skateboarding on my street. Hey, how are y'all? So I just wanted to pop in. There's a butterfly. I'm starting to really feel a bit more like myself in a way that I get, oftentimes people will say, I wish I could go back to the way things were. And there's really no going back ever. There's only going forward. We can't go backwards. And I am beginning to feel a little more fully alive and fully myself in a way that has been really beautiful. It's been lovely for me to be able to be generous with myself. I'm super grateful for the life that I've created that has allowed me to be able to take this pause during this time and really fully grieve as much as I can. The grief process for most people is really, for someone significant like a father or a mother or a child or a sibling, is a year-long process. You have that year of the first birthdays and first anniversaries and holidays without and all that sort of thing. And so it takes some time. And I'm super grateful for my way, hey Peg, my way of having created a life that allows me not to have to go back into a 9-to-5 grind, that allows me to be able to be really gentle, to give myself to the sadness on the days where that's just what there was to do. And I've really learned a lot about grief. It's interesting, in my life I've experienced a lot of death. My senior year in high school, there were I think 6 or 7 funerals, friends and both of my grandmothers. So I've experienced a lot of death in my life, and grief is not something that I'm afraid of. I think that, hi Ronnie, grief is actually one of the facets of love, and it's one of the ways that we honor that which was. And it's interesting in our society how much our culture does everything we can to avoid death, to not talk about death, and to not talk about grief. It's really interesting because it's one of the things we're all going to experience personally and with the people that we love in our lives. So I'm very much, hey Walter Kurt, you sweet thing, very much interested in continuing this conversation. And how could I not? My life is really the classroom that I teach from, as are my clients, my one-on-one clients and my masterclass clients. Our lives are really the word problems. You know, the particulars and the details of my life right now are grieving the loss of my dad, and it will be for sure a year-long process, if not more. It's very present to me, and I'm really grateful for one of my friends in particular, Allison Crow, who has given me my mantra for this period. And my mantra for this period of time is to be oh so fucking tender with myself. She says, be oh so fucking tender with yourself. I love the fierceness and the juxtaposition of the tenderness. So that's really what I've been doing, is really intentionally being tender with myself for as long as I need. And it really has been good days and sad days, and days where the fog was really thick, and days where I went, oh, okay, that feels right, and then I'd get walloped by something. And I've just been allowing, sacred allowing, just allowing what is. And again, I'm super grateful to have created a life for myself that allows that. Oh, Walter, you're at the rodeo. Yes, I love the rodeo. He's at the rodeo in Houston, which is big time. It's the world's largest fundraiser. It's really interesting for those of you who are PETA people and animal activists. I apologize, but it is a really amazing season in Houston, Texas. It's really gorgeous. So eat a fried Twinkie for me, or a fried Oreo or something like that. Pet a calf and enjoy. My daddy used to say, he was born and raised in New York, went to the Bronx School of Science, and he was one of those transplanted Texans. Got here as fast as he could. Hey, Kathleen. So yes, a conversation about death and a conversation about grief, and how can we love ourselves as we experience it, and how can we love others as they experience it. My mother died 1 year and 8 months ago now, I guess it is, and one of my dearest friends' daughters passed away completely unexpectedly exactly a month later. And while obviously our grief journeys are very different, one of the things that I super love is our ability to be fiercely honest with one another and hold really beautiful, loving space for each other, where I know I don't always know the right thing to say, and she does too, but just to be able to show up, hope y'all can hear me over the wind, just to be able to show up and say, I don't know what to say, but I'm here and I'm showing up, and to listen to the nudges from the universe. Thanks, Walter. I absolutely will be good to myself, and I am being good to myself, and you be good to yourself too. That's really the deal, you know. We don't have to wait till somebody dies to be good to ourselves. And I posted something yesterday that says, what do you do to recharge? If we could just recharge ourselves as often as we recharge our cell phones, which is funny because mine is giving me a battery alert right now that the battery is low. So I'm probably going to sign off in a couple of minutes, but it feels good. It feels good to feel fully like myself, and to be ready to be seen, and to be ready to be out there again, and to bring you guys the lesson as I'm on the journey, and to invite you onto the journey with me. There's always room in the Self-Love Masterclass for you, should you want to begin to dip your toe into a real study of self-love and what that looks like with some like-minded folks, and really be in the tribe. One of my clients often talks about going to the well, and there is a well that is available for all of us. We just need to to say, hey, I need to drink from a deeper well. I need to drink from a well of love, a well that never dries up. And whatever your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs or not, there is a well of community that exists, and that is one of the things that we create in the Self-Love Masterclass. So I'm always available to chit-chat with you guys one-on-one or in a group setting, or on here you can always hit me up and say, hey, I have a question. I had a lovely conversation with somebody on Twitter the other day, completely unexpectedly, that was just delightful. So I am here loving you while I love myself. Hey, Wendy, lovely to see you. And thank you all for all of the love that you have sent me. I have absolutely felt it. And there were moments where it felt like it was sustaining me, and I'm super grateful for both the gift of your love and tenderness and my ability to receive it, because that is a bit of a tricky one for a lot of us, the gift of being able to really receive. There's actually a book called The Power of Receiving. Hello. So I'm going to sign off and just give you guys a big kiss. I'm going to enjoy the breeze and the birds, which is one of my favorite things to do here in Austin, Texas. 100% chance of rain tomorrow. And well wishes to all of my friends in Colorado who are going to get dumped on. You've got a big snowstorm coming, so be safe, stay warm, and be oh so fucking tender.